Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada, the greatest spiritual master of the whole universe and beyond. Taking up Krishna consciousness. If you want to take up Krishna consciousness, think twice. Srila Rupa Goswami, who is a great acharya or a teacher in our disciplic line, he says that don't go to see a blue boy playing a flute at the bank of Yamuna if you're still attached to friendship, love, and society. You know, that blue boy playing a flute, that's Krishna. He says, don't go to see him. So Srila Rupa Goswami is a spiritual master, is a guru. Why is he saying like that? It is a irony. It is actually irony. He says it because if you take up Krishna consciousness, the friendship and love and society will reject you. This is how it is. So when you take up Krishna consciousness, there'll be many enemies. See, there are many enemies. There'll be many enemies, many people who will say, they will criticize you and who will be envious of you and who will try to interfere with your Krishna consciousness. They will try to distract you and stop you. So you have to be very strong. And why is that? Well, because when you take up Krishna consciousness, when you start chanting this Hare Krishna mantra regularly, on regular basis, you will experience what is called a higher taste. A higher taste. A sort of ecstasy. Now, when I'm speaking of ecstasy, it is completely transcendental. It is an ecstasy which is never ending. So we don't have the experience in this material with an ecstasy like that. But this kind of ecstasy is necessary. This blissful feeling is necessary. And when you experience this ecstasy in performing service for Krishna, in chanting Hare Krishna and serving Krishna nicely, as Prabhupada says, nicely, it shouldn't be done just the activity, but it should be done nicely. You see? Because it's Krishna consciousness. It's not Krishna activity, it's Krishna consciousness. You know, in other words, what you're doing outside doesn't really matter. You know, what matters is how you do it from inside. But that will be manifested from outside also. So when you experience like this, you will realize that, wow, I'm actually addicted to so many things which I don't really need for my existence. And when you realize that, you become free. You become free. Now when I speak of free, I mean really free. Because you are addicted to these things, to things which are not necessary for your body, for the survival of your body. Neither you need them for your mind, or to speak of your soul. You will understand that actually, why am I working so hard to get money, to get these things? You know, I could have saved so much time and just had a wonderful life. But instead, I'm wasting my life working hard like an ass in a job I don't really like. And I'm completely missing my life. Basically, someone has stole my life away. See, without me knowing, actually, every day I just give someone the 8 hours of my life, of my day. I just give it to someone like that, you know, for no reason. So when you take up Krishna consciousness, the sublime process Srila Prabhupada brought, you will understand that I don't need to work so hard. You become free. And then when you become free, because it's a nice feeling, you naturally feel to tell everyone, hey, look, people, it's cheating. Don't believe them. You know, don't believe this kind of animal program, you know, slavery program. Don't believe in this. And you want to tell them, hey, 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 wake up, wake up. Look, it's not needed. You can be happy chanting Hare Krishna, dancing and chanting on the street, and taking prasadam and giving prasadam, and having a wonderful time, and think about higher topics than just like, oh, the football, and this girl is beautiful, and all these kind of topics which are dry. Ultimately, they're boring because they have a saturation point. But in Krishna consciousness, there's no saturation point. Just like we're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, over and over and over. How is it possible? Can't you see how beautiful it is? So then you realize that wait a minute, what are you doing here? The cops come and they ask you, oh, what, do you have a permission to sell your books? Hey, what is this? Get out. Pack your things and get out. This kind of thing. Then you realize, or your friends will tell you, oh, why are you into this? You act kind of weird, since you're into this Krishna thing. I can't even talk to you. Always talk about Krishna. Your friends will tell you like this. Or your parents will tell you, oh, you don't associate enough with your family. You're not... I don't feel like I have a daughter anymore. So then you realize that some people don't want you to be Krishna conscious, and they don't want you to tell others about Krishna consciousness, because they will lose their slaves. They will lose their slaves. So think twice before you take up Krishna consciousness.